y'all, it's Corn here from Scrubs for Hire again, and bringing y'all a deck profile of one of my favorite decks, DarkLord mixed with TimeLord. We're gonna get right into it, so let's hop on in. Alright, so the first three monsters you run, obviously, 3 Eggshell, draw power off the deck. You discard this and another DarkLord card, you draw 2 cards. Best DarkLord, well, one of the best DarkLords. Next, you run 3 Superbia. I think this is the best DarkLord in the deck, honestly, because it revives any fairy from the graveyard, and it's level 8, so it makes your rank 8 plays real easy. You can play a lot of reborn cards. Next, you run 2 Zeratos. You don't run 1 because I run Allure Darkness in here, and you don't want to allure anything away, honestly. But if you have to, you want to allure this. And next, for TimeLords. Time Maiden, really good card. I'll explain what it does. You can special summon this card if you have no cards in your, or no monsters on the field. You contribute this card to search out a TimeLord, and you can add a comment to your hand. And also, you can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon a TimeLord from your deck that has 0/0. So pretty much summons any TimeLord that you run. You don't run Step-Line because it's terrible. But you can't special summon a turn you activate this card effect. Also, you run 2 Zaphion, the best TimeLord, honestly, in my opinion. All the TimeLords have the same effect where they can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And also, during the standby phase, they shuffle into your deck. And also, they also have effects after they do their battle. You take no damage from them as well. So this one's effect reads that after it does battle, you can shuffle every spell and trap your opponent controls back into the deck. So yeah. And also I run 1 Camion. I want to run 2, but I haven't found room for it yet. Its effect's the same as the other one, but it shuffles a card into the deck. Your opponent can't respond, and they take 500 damage for it. I run 1 Medion. It's not as important, so you just run 1, but it can come in clutch sometimes. Its effect is it burns your opponent for 300 times every monster. After you battle, it bounces all monsters, so you take 300 for each one. So it comes in every once in a while. And this one, the bad one, if your life points are less than 4,000, he makes your life points go to 4,000. And in this deck, you're gonna have less than 4,000 at some point in time, so he may come in clutch. Alright, now for the spells, obviously you run 3 Banishment, searches out any DarkLord card, adds to your hand. 3 Contact, revives your Superbia, also revives your Eggshell if you need it. But mainly you're going to be playing, reviving Superbia. 3 Trade-ins. You need this because you run 5 targets and you want to dump Superbia in grave as fast as possible. So this may clog sometimes, but you have to do this, otherwise you might sit with it in your hand. I run 3 Advanced Draw. Really good card because it says retribute a level 8 or higher monster, and you draw 2 cards. This works really good with Superbia. Also works good with Zaphion, because if you send this to the graveyard with Advanced Draw, you draw an extra card. I run 1 Allure, just for extra draw. I don't really want it in the deck as much. I don't want to because I don't want to banish any of my stuff. So I run just 1. 1 Twin Twister just to deal with some back row. You got Zaphions, you got the DarkLord trap card, so you don't need it as much. 1 Foolish. Sometimes you want to put Superbia, but the main reason for this card is Time Maiden. Just to put it in graveyard, banish it, summon a Zaphion, Medion, whatever you need. And 1 Dark Hole just for board wipe. I don't care about Regeki. Regeki Dark Hole, this can be either one. It doesn't really matter. And onto the traps. I run 2 DarkLord Rebellion because I was playing it at 1, didn't like it. You need to. Sometimes it'll clog, but you have to get rid of some problem cards. Dryden, Spill Spells, anything that cause you problems, this can get rid of, and it doesn't target. 2 Strikes because, well, it's obvious, it's Strike. You need it. You need 3 Call upon it. This is gonna be Return to Front Lines as soon as it comes out. But right now, I play it just for Superbia because it can revive any fairy, including the TimeLords, because they're all fairies. Also run 2 Quaking. I'm gonna bump this up to 3 eventually, just not right now. When the meta changes, I might bump up to 3 because you can just set this when they attack, you Quaking everything, and then you just attack with Medion and put it all back in your hand and take burn damage. And then for my last techs, I run 1 Eradicator, 2 Full Force Virus because you don't want them to have monsters. The deck's biggest weakness is monsters, and this just cripples everybody's deck. Call spells, which is mainly what everybody plays these days. You call spells, cripple their hand, cripple their deck, and you get to see what they draw. And everything in the deck is a target for this, and everything in the deck is a target for this as well, except for the Time Lords. All right, on to the extra deck. Shout out to these nuts, got him. Hope Harbinger, best rank 8. Well, maybe. He's good, but I like another better. Lancelot, he's my favorite because he does direct damage. He's a lad and it gives 1 per turn on either player's turn. This is my favorite one. Cypher Dragon, just because if I want to take your monster, I can take it, make it into this guy, make it into full armor, if it's an exceed, obviously. If not, I play this just to pop stuff, and he's big, 4,000. And I play him just in case I don't want to summon Cypher Dragon, if I want to save it for later. Zombie Stein, because he's big. That's pretty much about it. I don't use him for the effect, I use him to swing. He's huge. Alcei, he always comes out in defense. So Alcei, Protector of Narnia. He spins cards. I don't ever call anything I want. Honestly, I rarely ever do, but I may call like DarkLord Contact if I really need it. But other than that, he's used it to spin cards. Also, Felgrand, we all know what he does. Self-explanatory. On to the big ones, Gustav Max, which I will be putting the second one in here, just haven't really done it yet. I run mainly the 10s because, well, all of the Time Lords are level 10, plus Eggshell's 10 too, so it's easy to go into and burn damage. Dora the Explorer, I'm bumping this up to 2 as well because it's big. The main purpose of this deck is either cripple your opponent's resources or beat your opponent down with big monsters, which this deck can do easily. And the last ones I run is the Spider Engine. The Ravenous Tarantula, the Pain Gainer, and the 7 Sins, again, because they're big. This thing can go for game, this king can go for game as well. And that's pretty much the deck profile. It's a fun deck you can play if you're looking for a fun twist on the deck. If you're looking for something more serious, you can play the Vanity's Fiend, Archfiend version, or the Vanity's Fiend, the Christia version. That's a more meta build. This is just more fun to play, and it outs Masterpiece. I've had a lot of people that don't like, playing as True Draco, and this is just a fun version to play right now. Eggshell's affordable now, and I'll play in a link format because you don't need to go into the extra deck as much, but if you do, you only summon 1 monster anyway. But anyway, that's the deck profile. If y'all liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content, and we'll see y'all in the next one.